we're about to go somewhere odd now. Times to rise and elevation starts to drop down. Our little secret, don't kiss and tell, you're so bad. I'll probably see you in hell. Welcome to hell, baby. This is podcast hell.
I had a what do you call it? Like kind of like a reservoir of shows to release, but then Trump got shot, and I figured when things get crazy in this world, a lot of you turn to podcast hell. This is where you come to make sense of the things that just don't make sense. And that's why I'm here, to usher you through this difficult time in our nation's history. So anyway, Trump got shot. That was fucking wild, right? Oh, he got shot by a dork, just a dorky kid that was bullied, apparently. I've done no research on it at all. It was just crazy. I saw the photo of the dude, like, kind of blown away after the fact. Good. I mean, you got to kill loser dorks with guns. It's been crazy, like, just even, like, because this is L.A., people in L.A., if they're Trump people in L.A., they're in hiding. They're like gay people in the 50s in any state south of the Mason-Dixon line. So, but like, I saw 2 Make America Great hats the day after Trump got shot in LA. One in my complex here and then one at the grocery store. And I was like, yeah, bro, it's over. It's over. And I think it's good that it's over. Like, he's going to win and people can just like accept it now. Because last time, Democrats do a little bit of a little cry fest after he won, 2016. People a little caught off guard, and it's like, it's going to happen again. He's going to win. Everybody take a breath. It's over. That dude has a shot for the ages. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, are you kidding me? Blood running down your face, black power fist, American flag. I mean, it's fucking done. Biden can't spell his name at this point. So anyway, I think it like gives people, it's like, okay, that the election is kind of predetermined now. I think people can just like accept this is coming back. Try to be nicer to people in your life. Try to understand a little bit more where other people are coming from, maybe stop othering people who disagree with you, that type of thing. Might be good for not just the country, but for your own soul, I would say. Aren't you glad you tuned into Podcast Hell to hear me pontificate about an orange douchebag getting shot in the ear? But anyway, not cool. Glad he's alive. Glad he didn't get his head JFK'd. Was Reagan got shot? And he lived, but it was actually like kind of close. that was actually a lot closer than people realize, the whole Reagan living through getting shot. He got like fucking shot in the side. I don't think anywhere in the side is good to get shot. I don't think you want the side. Definitely don't want like the heart or the chest. Leg, you got to be careful because of femoral artery. And then obviously just you don't want it to catch a little bit of the dick. You can't, I don't know about you guys. I can't afford to lose inchage on a dick shot. So you can't really, the foot, but then you might have a limp or something. I guess, honestly, the ear is, if you had to choose the place to get fucking shot, if I had to choose, I would say graze my ear. That would be ideal. So in that way, you got a little lucky, I would say. That's the best place to get shot of any other part of your body. Maybe like the bridge of your nose if you have too big a nose. If it just whoop, it just does the job for you. A little shave action right there. Chin, you got a big chin, and someone just takes the edge of it off and just un-Cyrano de Bergeracs you, and, Anyway, am I in trouble? Well, who gives a fuck? But yeah, be nice to people. Try not to be fucking insufferable on your Zoom calls at work, which that happened at my job. We've got some lefties and some Trumpies, and they started mixing it up in the old work Zoom today. And it's just like everybody, you just look like such a fucking baby when you do it. Both people, as people I work with, and I think they both have kids. I actually don't know that for a fact, but I think they both have kids. But it's like, if you have a kid and you're acting like a kid where you just can't control yourself in a setting where like, nobody wants to hear anybody's political opinion ever at work, ever. Even if we agree, shut up. I already don't want to be here. Why are you making it worse? God damn it, shut up. So yeah, that's my advice to everybody out there, is just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. It's, you know what, if you like the guy that got shot, okay. Well, he's all right, and he's going to win. So his revenge tour will be complete. It's going to end at the LA Forum with a sold-out crowd and him raising the middle finger. You know, he's going to win. You're going to win, all right? So hopefully take the temperature down a little bit. And if you're a lefty person, you know, I don't know. You're going to lose. I hope trans swimmers was worth it. I hope pissing off everybody in the country over nonsense horse shit was worth this. So that's the end of that there. And I felt weird releasing a podcast, that's why I'm doing this right now, because it was like, oh, I'll just do like a quick me podcast this week. This is Tuesday that you guys are getting this, 16th. And then the one that I was going to release, I'll just get some more, whatever. It's never a bad thing to have some pods I was going to say pods in the chamber, but no, I shouldn't make any reference ever to a gun. Oh my God. Did Biden, I thought I saw a headline that Biden said something about Bullseye and Trump. I don't even know. I don't know. I've honestly been trying to avoid getting into it. There's nothing to get into. I know that the guy that shot him was a crazy guy, a kid, or almost a kid. And it's like, okay, it's like there are crazy people in the country. That sucks. At least it's not like, it doesn't seem like it was super politically motivated. It's just a crazy dude. I think that's better probably than like the alternative. Like, you know, it's not like the fucking mafia or the CIA like that killed Kennedy. Oops. But yeah, I think that probably is who killed Kennedy. Who knows? Who cares? But yeah, I mean, I'm just trying not to no, I don't want to talk about it. I wanted to talk to you about it, to tell you to shut the fuck up about it, and me to shut the fuck up about it. Like, let's get off it right now. Let's talk about what I've been doing to take up my time and my mental energy this week. And I'll tell you what I did. I watched too much Love Island with my wife, and I've been driven insane. She's going crazy too. We're both going crazy. We both believe in astrology now. If you watch TV with dumb enough people for too long, it eventually starts to. It's like a virus. It's like a mind virus attacking you. Love Island, man. It is. The people on the show are so hot. Everybody's hot, and I'm confident enough in my sexuality to be able to say when a guy is hot. Some of these guys, man, they are grade A beefcake, all right? Where's the beef? These guys stole it. I mean, good. I mean, they're all just working out, and there'll be one guy who's like, I'm a little self-conscious, I'm smaller than the other guys. And he's like fucking benching 400 pounds, like 2% body fat. You're like, God damn, look at these guys. There's some good looking guys. And then obviously the chicks are hot. I mean, they all got they've got the lip filler. It looks like they got like stuck their lips into a fucking hornet's nest. They got the fucking blown up lips and the fake tits. And they look good. After a while, they're just, you know. I'm like, in the beginning, you look at someone's tits, you go, those are fake. And then after an hour, you're like, you don't even think about it anymore. You're just like, wow, that girl's got huge tits. Like, they just become her tits. So everybody on the show is hot. There's no question. They are just hot, young idiots that have, they all speak in like stupid online cliche. They're like, I've had nothing but situationships. And they're looking to find their person. And it's like, it's all that nonsense. It's bad. But then, like, Love Island has just kind of mastered like making it pretty colors, pretty people. And as soon as people start to like each other on the show, the producers go, make them fuck other people. Make them. The producers have the ability to just create your fake relationship and then shatter it immediately. And these people, they're just on the ride, man. That they just are on the ride that the producers take them. I mean, it's obviously wrong. And I also can't stop. I mean, there was one day we watched like 4 episodes in a row, and they're long episodes. They're hour-long episodes, hour 20 sometimes. I mean, isn't that interesting? Like, you just think about like, fucking, The Birds, or like Alfred Hitchcock's like masterpieces that he made. These 2-hour pieces of cinema. And then like kind of close in time is like a single episode of Love Island. Like I could have watched The Birds 15 times in the time frame that I've been watching. There's been 15 of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds in my Love Island season 6 binge. I mean, that's crazy. I could have watched every Hitchcock movie. I mean, how many movies did that guy fucking make? I mean, let's be real, they fucking suck now. I mean, good God, they are slow-moving. That's a slow-moving train. People back in the, 50s or whatever, they had different attention spans. They had nothing to fill their minds. There were no phones. There's no phones. There was like 2 TV stations. There were, no black people in positions of authority. There was a lot of things wrong, too. But they also, like, they could just sit and watch previews where it's like, and it's like, Marilyn Monroe. Her name fades out over 15 seconds. And then like Cary Grant. And then it would just do that for like 5 minutes. That would be a still frame and people's names coming up and coming down, and people would be like, ooh, what's coming next? Like, it's just, you could just get them with anything. Can you imagine showing Love Island to people in the 50s? They would cut their own dicks off. Like, people would lose their minds watching, like, the speed at which it can be produced. You can produce that show. They're shooting it like 5 episodes come out a week or something. It's crazy. I mean, they're just producing this stuff. Like, Hitchcock would toil, and fucking his sweat would fall onto a piece of film as he was cutting it. Be like, it's ruined. And like, that's like like if you watch the scene in Psycho, like you see a little bit of his sweat dancing. That's like in The Wizard of Oz, there's like dudes hanging in the background. Like, that's all because they have like one take and then months of work to craft this beautiful piece of art that would be presented to audiences in these theaters. Like these masterpieces. Everything was a masterpiece. It had to be. The level of work that would go into it. And to see just like the fire hose level volume of shit that we produce now in comparison to these artisans, it's great. And I'm happy to be alive now because I really cannot imagine having lived with my thoughts the way they did in the 50s, right? I mean, well, what are your choices? You either become a Buddhist monk or you're Don Draper in Mad Men. Like, you just lose your mind if you have to just think with the brain that you have. It would be a nightmare. But anyway, long story short, I am getting pretty deep into Love Island. I'm on the island. And they reached, do you guys know Casa Island? Is that what it's called? Casa Love? Love Casa? Whatever it's called. There's a part of the show where they just go, everybody fuck someone new today. They just like literally like pair off. It's just crazy. It's a wild show. I see why people like it. It's like the perfect, like, crystallized form of dumb reality TV. It's been perfected. It's been perfected on Love Island. So good for them. I hope everybody on the show, obviously they're not going to find love because, that's not in the cards. They're too hot. You're too hot. If you're on one of those shows, you're too young and you're too hot. You have to become a person. The only way for those young hot people to become actual people is that their looks have to fade. That has to happen. You know, you have to stop getting the pass from everybody in your life. Like, oh man, you know John, man, he's a real player. It's like, yeah, but once he gains 40 pounds and starts balding, you're gonna be like, that guy's a fucking dick. Like nobody thinks it's cute to be like an unattractive loser. It's like you get that pretty privilege, man or woman, you can skate on it for a while. You're not forced to develop the other parts of yourself. So I'm hoping that they're able to, that those hotties on the island are able to turn it around and get a little wisdom, you know? I don't know how that's going to happen. It won't, but hopefully it does. You know, I got my fingers crossed for them. And yes, there's certain people on the show I hope stay together, okay? Are you happy? I'm invested in a couple love stories, and I know they're not real love. Enough. Some of you guys, I do want to talk about this because I am pretty pumped. Brad Stoll on, I think, last week's podcast. Yeah, I think it was the last week. He had never seen A Few Good Men, which is crazy. Who's never seen A Few Good Men and is over the age of 30? Everybody's, to me, I was just like, oh, they show that movie to people, you know, on their 5th birthday or something. I just couldn't believe he'd never seen it. So we did a movie night. Me, Brad, my buddy Rob Stern, the guy from the Rob Stern Show. He's actually coming on the podcast next week. You'll see his episode. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll be in a month. He's one of the ones I banked, but I got a banked episode with Rob Stern coming up. But we watched A Few Good Men, and God damn, it holds the hell up. It holds up so good. Nicholson's got a line in that movie where he goes, "Take caution in your tone, Commander. I'm a nice guy, but this fucking heat is making me crazy." And you just watch it, you're like, oh my God, he's so willing to play like fucked up evil characters and play them with like, I don't know how to say this without sounding like super douchey or whatever, but like he just kind of makes these choices. He makes these choices with his character that are so fun. It's just great. I mean, look, I know obviously I know Nicholson from I've seen The Departed. I've seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I've seen A Few Good Men. I'm sure I've seen other, you know, The Joker as, you know, the first Batman movie. I'm sure he's got more. I can't get through Chinatown. I'm sure it's great, and I'm missing out. And I've tried twice. I can only do so many like elitist things. Here, like I read this. I read The Road. All right, you even have it out to prove that I don't just like fucking X-Men and baseball. And this was enough depression. This was enough snobbiness to cover me for the next fucking 3 years. Good Lord. Somebody give Cormac McCarthy some fucking ecstasy and suck his dick in a warehouse in Brooklyn. Something. Loosen this guy up a bit. Jesus Christ. No, but A Few Good Men was good. It was good to get Brad. I feel like we got Brad caught up a little bit. You know, it's like you miss a movie like that, you're missing so many. That movie gets referenced all the time, not just with You Can't Handle the Truth, but like a bunch of lines in there. There's a bunch of great lines. Kevin Pollak, great underrated actor. He can do it all. He's a Swiss Army knife. So I'm gonna be doing. I have so much travel coming up, which is cool. You know, traveling means I'm seeing family. You know, doing fun stuff, but I'm going to be going back east, going to the beach. There's a beach house with my name on it, which is pretty cool, pretty bougie. Although I might be sleeping on the couch, so that's a little less bougie version of a bougie thing. It's like not even worth mentioning. Like, I'm a very privileged person. My family has a beach house. I'll have to sleep in a sleeping bag on a foam mat, but still. The beach house is nice. Yes, I'm going to a beach. That'll be cool. And then I'm seeing 2 bands. And I used to go to concerts all the time. I was in a band in high school. I love live concerts. I never go. But I'm seeing Bacon Brothers, which is exactly what you think it is. It's 2 brothers naked on stage eating bacon. No, it's Kevin Bacon and his brother. His brother, who I'm sure is not as good looking as Kevin Bacon. There's no way. Like, Kevin Bacon hasn't been making money movies and being like handing it to his brother and being like, look good. No, his brother probably looks his brother probably looks like Kevin Bacon, like, you know, just a big fat version of Kevin Bacon. That's my guess. Is barely recognizable as his brother, Kevin Bacon. Playing some music. That'll be fun. I don't know any Bacon Brothers songs. I gotta maybe download some Bacon Brothers on my iPod. Jesus Christ, how fucking old am I? On my Spotify. That's what I meant to say, everybody. I'll probably get down with some Bacon Brothers on the trip out there. So I'm going to do that on Sunday, 5 days from when you're watching this. And then the following Sunday, it's Blink 182. Hell yeah. I'm going to Blink 182, Capital One Arena. Awesome. I haven't seen Blink 182, I mean, 25 years or something. I mean, like high school, like big music festival that came through. It's been forever. So I'm pumped on that. Gonna, you know, I might even try to get a couple pod episodes in with some of the old boys. Some of my old friends from high school and college. I'm going to be around them. I could just bring the road. Bring the old caster here, bring some mics, throw my friends on, and see how many times I have to bleep out them saying words that you're not allowed to say anymore. We'll see. I don't know. I think they'll be fine. I don't want to censor people. I want you to be yourself, and then, you know, I'll just, you know, get demonetized on YouTube later. No, but it's gonna be great. I am pumped to see Blink. I'm also just like, I mean, we bought these tickets so long ago, like me and my friends that are going, and now I'm just like, I can't believe it's only like a week away. Because when that album came out, I mean, every mid-30s former emo kid would cry. I mean, the Blink-182, one more time. If you haven't seen it, check it out. You got to watch the music video with it too. That really gives you the full experience of One More Time. But I've talked about it on this pod. I've told people on the pod who hadn't heard it and then had them listen to it, and everybody said the same thing. They're like, "Yeah, dude, it's a fucking gut-wrenching, you know, simple exploration of what it means to like lose friends, bring them back, regret the time you lost." I mean, just like universal themes that we all understand now. That's such a part of growing up. I wish it's like they should teach a class in high school about like navigating your life, like what it feels like for people to come in and come out of your life. That you'll lose people for 10 or 15 years and then they'll come back. And like, how do you keep the people that you want to keep close? Like, what's the way to do that? Or are you a person that doesn't want to do that? Like, it's just crazy. Like that ebb and flow of what your surrounding circle looks like at different times in your life it's crazy. It's like a beautiful mosaic. Anyway, you can see I'm not going to cry on the pod, but very excited for the Blink concert. It's going to be awesome. I probably won't shut the fuck up about it. I'm assuming I'll do a podcast with the boys either before we go or right after we go. And yeah, I mean, it'll be pretty broed out. I'll be pumped on that. We do have some stuff to look forward to. I'm looking forward to Twisters, the movie Twisters. You guys pumped on Glenn Powell? Glenn Powell is America's Next Superstar. If you don't know this guy, he's in that Hitman movie on Netflix. He's in Top Gun. I watched him in some shitty rom-com, the one with the chick with big tits. What's her name? She was on SNL. Oh my God, what's her name? Sydney Sweeney. That movie was not good. That movie. But then he's in another one where he's like a assistant, and another assistant. They're getting their bad bosses together. That one's actually pretty good. He can do it all. He can be a romantic lead. He can be a villain. He can be a character actor. And now he's going to be in Twisters. Now he's the main guy in Twisters. And again, this is I'm laying it on the line here for you guys. I'm a straight man, but there's a scene in the trailer for Twisters where Glenn Powell is wearing a white T-shirt and jeans, and he tips a white cowboy hat towards the camera, and I'm like, I'm gay. The dude looks good. Powell, come on now. So something me and my wife can get behind is Twisters. We're gonna go see Twisters. Then I also want to see Trap, that the new Shyamalan. Obviously, Shyamalan hasn't made too many. He's got some clunks. He's got some clunks in the resume since Sixth Sense. But I don't know. Trap looks pretty good. And I like Josh Hartnett. I think he's a great actor. Pearl Harbor, other things. So I think Trap looks good. We're gonna see that. And then I want to see Deadpool. And I'm not even a huge superhero guy, but I like Deadpool. I like Ryan Reynolds' version of like superhero movies, which are really like, it's just fun. They're just fucking fun. I was pretty much done with superhero movies until like, or after the one where they all come in and they kill Purple Man. Who's Infinity Game. Infinity War. Infinity. No, what is it called? Oh my God. End Times? You know what I'm talking about. It's the Avengers. There's two of them. Infinity Stone. I don't care. So whenever that ended and Iron Man, spoiler alert, fucking eats it. Takes the big apartment in the sky, if you know what I'm saying. After that, I was like, okay, good. That's a good point for me to stop. I don't need to keep watching these movies. Look, I got a Cyclops figurine. I can enjoy them. I can go there with you. But when we start treating them like it's, fucking like amazing literature, like, like I'm not into it like I would be into like, I don't know, fucking like a painting at some, beautiful like art exhibit. But I wouldn't be into that either. I guess I am into it. I guess I would like to see more movies with humans. Like I'm excited that I think when Top Gun came out, that was like a nice little transition. They just came out with Beverly Hills Cop, which I thought was fun. It's like, okay, if that's where we're going to go with Hollywood blockbusters, away from the superhero stuff into like these more fun stories, I'm into that. I'm into it. So I think that I'm glad that shift is happening. Yeah, I don't know. I just, the superhero thing, I get it. You have to find a way to do it where it's not just like the fucking origin story. Here's his girl, here's their girlfriend. Okay, here's the first bad guy you remember. It's boring. Just fucking do something. It's hard to have an original idea. I get it. I'm supposed to come up with original stand-up ideas, and I write a new joke every 5 months right now. But that's just what it is. I also I'm not doing that much stand-up, or at least I haven't since I got off the road in May. That said, I did book a bunch of shows coming up. I think they're on my website, erickhellwig.com, if you want to check me out. And I've got shows in Burbank. I think I have some shows back east too. Can't remember off the top of my head, but they're there. Just go to tour on my website and you'll see some opportunities, some ops to come on come out and see me do stand-up, which would be fun. Oh, I'm opening for my friend Pete Jr., who's hilarious. He's He's got like a funny dry bar special. You guys might know him. Very funny dude. So that'll be cool. That's going to be at Flappers, and it's sometime in October. I want to say it's the day before my birthday. I think it's October 13th. I have shows before then. It doesn't matter. You get it. But no, it's cool. Things are going good. Just working my day job, making some money, doing the pod, chatting with my friends, hanging out with my wife, watching Love Island, trying to not do deep dives on the angle at which the bullet went through Trump's ear. That's kind of all I'm doing with my time right now. The only thing that's important to me is to not get upset about fucking politics from now till November. That's like my only goal in life. That's it. I'll do anything. I'll watch Love Island. I'll start eating healthy. I'll fucking meditate. I'll do whatever it takes to not be able to go back and forth with you if you bring it up with me. It's the only goal. So it's up to you. You guys choose if you want to, if you want to go down that rabbit hole with me, we can go. But I'm warning you, I'll only get really sad and think a lot in the dark after you leave. That's what you're doing to me. And I'm a good guy. You shouldn't want to do that to me. You should try to fill me with happy things, happy thoughts. Oh, did I tell you? Oh, well, let me tell you, this will be a happy thought. Then we should go because we're at 30 minutes. But I found a gluten-free calzone. Come on, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Gluten-free calzone at in Burbank. I'm blowing up their spot. Great food. Restaurant needs some work, though. The inside of the restaurant looks like shit. It looks like a storage facility. It was very weird. But I mean, maybe just pick up. They're sending every signal that they want people to pick up and not sit in their restaurant. At some point, we were like sitting down to eat food, and we're like in a booth, and a guy goes, "Hey man, can I get into that booth behind you?" I got up, he picked up the booth and just pulled like petty cash out from under the booth. Like the booth in the dining area is where they had like a safe for their petty cash. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, for a second, I had a thought like, oh, could this be like a front for, but I'm like, no, a mafia front wouldn't be making gay gluten-free calzones for me. It would be the gayest menu possible for a bunch of mobsters hacking people up in the back. So no, I think it's just a poorly designed dining room. But that said, it doesn't matter. Like for gluten-free people, I'll fucking eat it off a homeless man's asshole if it tastes like the food I used to be able to eat. So shout out. I shouldn't even keep saying their name if I'm going to be trashing the interior of their restaurant. But they know. You know if you did a good job. I feel like I'm their parent. How do you feel you did today? They know that their dining room fucking sucks. The people that work there have been to other restaurants where waiters go, "Oh, can I take you to your seat? Here are your menu." They know what it is. They know what it's like to be in a nice place. They know what it's like to be in a dump. And they have great food and a lot of gluten-free options for me, and it tasted amazing. I had garlic knots for the first time in 5 years. Amazing. Soft, moist, tender. But also, your dining room makes it feel like I'm helping people chop up loudmouths that are squealing on the mob. That's what your dining room gives me, that feeling. Like if somebody from that restaurant hears me doing this, I'm going to end up floating in the LA River the next time it rains here. That's what you've given me. But maybe it's good that I'm saying it publicly. I'm saying, hey, just so you know, if I, Erick Hellwig, end up murdered at any point in the next 6 months, it was 100% the people from they killed me because I blew up their spot being a mafioso, a cover spot. There was a spot like that in Astoria on Broadway when you get off on the Broadway stop and kind of walk towards Ditmore's. not Ditmars, walk towards, I can't remember what it was, but not going towards the water, going away from the water. People who are from Queens know the restaurant. I'm not going to say the name of this place because it was actually clearly a cover, but they owned like 3 different storefronts. It was like a bar and then two area, like the takeout and then like the dining room area, but you could still dine in the takeout area. It was like a whole, like half of a city block was taken up by this restaurant. I walked by it every day for 6 years. I never saw a person eating in there. There'd always just be 2 waiters waiting. Nobody went in. Huge space. And you're just like, what the fuck? And then my wife, who did some sales, actually went to go meet the owner. And guess what he had? A big fucking scar running down the side of his face. You know, from, I'm sure he was helping orphans into, he was pulling nuns out of a burning bus and caught a piece of lead. You know, I'm sure it wasn't him getting tortured by a bookie. So anyway, this place clearly a front for something fucked up. And one night, right, it was like kind of close to before me and Liz moved out here. We were like, let's go fucking eat at the front. Let's just see what it's like. And we went in. I had my gluten-free diagnosis there. So anytime you have to explain that to people in New York, they're like, huh? I mean, it's just a joke how, I mean, they audibly and visually disrespect you when you tell them that. So I remember I was like, do you have a gluten-free menu? And the guy's like, I think we got gluten-free pasta in the back. I don't know what we can make. You know, you just come in. I was like, well, do you mind seeing if I could see a menu? So he pulls out a menu. He gives it to my wife. And I'm like, she's like, I could eat here. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm wondering if they can do. And he goes, why don't you just sit down? I'll make something for you. I was like, okay. All right, great. I love that when waiters kind of treat you like shit in New York. And then we sit down. They bring out the worst food I've ever had in my life, as it should be. Their priority is not making great food. It's making sure Johnny Boy shuts the fuck up. So, but yeah, we had a good time. I don't know. I have fun. That would be a fun, like tour listicle thing to do, is to be like top 10 obvious fronts in this city to go visit. You know, so you get like some shitty pasta in Queens. You go get copies made by Weebay. Yo, she wasn't a cop. She looked like one of Orlando's hoes. You'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Give me 20 of those on a shiny glossy. I need it in cream white. And where'd you drop the guns, bae? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm a big front guy. I'll tell you what else I'm a big guy. I'm a big throw it in the comments guy. This podcast has come to an end, but if you enjoy it, you know what you can do is you can tell a friend about it, or you can hop into the comments now. You've already fucking hung out 37 minutes into the podcast. At this point, you're a fan, whether you know it or not. So hop in the comments. Tell me what you loved or hated, or, you know, come out. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Make fun of me for coming out like 5 different times in this podcast. I said Glenn Powell was hot. I said all the dudes on Love Island were hot. I don't know, Ryan Reynolds too there. Rule of threes. Thanks for hanging out. See you in a week, and appreciate you.